All right. So I'm not even going to bother worrying about it being just like the. Oh yeah, I'm looking at this thing right now. Autumn, you're still there, right? Remember we were talking yesterday about this weird anatomy right here on the legs? I'm noticing it right now. Yeah, if you want, you can just round that out. You don't have to copy that strange anatomy right there if you don't want to. You can just round out that leg. Yeah, it's kind of strange. All right, so let me get my old man glasses. Where are they? Because I'm working close up. I was a good boy, and I was down here for a long time last night, working on my self-portrait, working on the beard and the hair, which I'm not extremely practiced on doing sculpting beards and hair. So it was very cool. You know, I think a lot about you guys when I sculpt, and the things, you know, I take my own advice, and I don't have much practice doing a lot of hair out of clay, so I was just constantly dissatisfied. That would be a time where maybe someone might, I can't do it. No, but I was like, you just keep at it, keep at it. I finally was breaking through. I was working the same area over and over again, going, do not like this, do not like this, do not like this. Until finally I was like, this is starting. I was trying something different each time, because that's what it's always about. It's trial and error, and not getting discouraged or giving up. And I'm very excited. I'm psyched. I can't wait to work on it again tonight, because it's like I finally had a breakthrough. Sitting there just poking around at it for a long time. Getting the hair and the beard texture that I want. More than texture. I was trying to just like form it out. All right. So first of all, I want to come into this ankle a little bit. So I'm going to take my little curved. You know, I'm no different from you guys with any of that business. There's always things that I'm not, you know, doing all the time. And even when you don't sculpt something like for a long time, you have to kind of like practice it again. Kind of does have a bigger toe right there, doesn't it? So I'm going to kind of, and he has like 3 toes over here. So I'll do like a rough, sketch of where those toes will be. And I know that they're kind of separated more towards the outside. So I'm going to just take a little clay away from there. Why is my phone blowing up in my pocket? It's just pocket, so it's not distracting me. One of the things I typically tell people in the studio is this. I don't even know if I want to look at that reference, actually. One of the things I might try to form out right away are the claws, because their claws are kind of the easiest part of it. Sharpen those up a little bit, round them out. The biggest thing about the claws is differentiating. It's one of my favorite words that we like to use in education as well. And of course, it goes for multiple contexts. So, you see there what I just did? Is this close enough? Of course, I know that when this camera is too close, it doesn't go into focus very well. Maya, how you doing, Maya? Thanks for the email. You see how let me do it again on another nail. How can I do this without blocking it? Let me try to get the camera in front of me, actually. Oh yeah, this is better. Yeah. Let me know. Is it in focus? I'm gonna pull down some clay a little bit right here. So again, you want to get your point for your claw, but then you want to make sure the claw looks like it's growing out of the finger, right? I'm not doing this very, insanely complicated detail. This is, like I told you, just a quick general way to do it. Then I'd come around the claw like this. See how I'm kind of coming around it? Let's go over here. These ones are a little bit smaller. Zane, how's your coiling going on yours? Very fascinated in how that's your technique there and how that's turning out for you. I'm worried that you're going to get frustrated, though. Are you getting frustrated?
Not really anymore.
You were, though. Okay. Are you making good progress? Did you have a breakthrough?
Maybe. I've got everything but like the head and the neck.
Oh, cool. Because, of course, frustration is normal. Like, I was extremely frustrated with the hair on my self-portrait. But, and I know you know how to deal with frustration pretty well, but a lot of the times that just shuts people down. So as you see, I come around here and just round out that claw like that. See there? Just kind of dig around right there. All right. Well, I used to have a thing I used to tell my classes before about, what was it? Knuckle, claw, something. What did I used to say? I forget. Putting the knuckles in is an easy way to just try to make it look a little bit more realistic. So this is already pretty, a lot of the times I'll just make a little ball, a little ball of clay, and I'll stick it in for the knuckle. This already has quite a bit of clay right here already. So I think I'll just go ahead and dig out a little clay right behind it, right there. I'll do the same over here. So this time, I don't know if I usually do it like this, but I'm working my way up the foot. Kind of would like to use a different tool. Let me put this thing in here. Is this thing a good tool to use? This is what I was using for the hair last night. I think I need to get my light over here so my hand stops blocking the lights. Is that too much light? Is it blasting out the exposure? I think it's all right. I miss my music. I'm afraid to put it back on. What are you making, Jason?
Lincoln Memorial.
The Lincoln Memorial. Wow. I like how you're mixing it up. Where'd you get the idea to make that?
Washington, D.C. monuments.
Yeah. So as you see, I'm just I'm making sure there's a little bump right here, right on that piece of flesh that's behind the claw. They probably should be similar mass, but these ones certainly are not. I'll just take this one down a little bit. I could easily be doing this with the edge of my spear tool that you guys all have. Should I? Because that's what you have? Okay, I'll do it. I try not to ever sculpt with anything I didn't give you. All right. Here, clean that up a little bit. So, I hope you're all doing good. So remember, if you tell me to fire something when you bring all your stuff back, just make sure you come get it. If you're coming back for hybrid, you can pop by the classroom. If you, I think you'll be able to do that. If not, then remember, I'm still going to be doing the Wednesday things, fourth quarter. So, I do it almost every Wednesday, but not every Wednesday. So please just email me and go, hey, whoa there, Mr. Shearing, what's up? Are you going to be there so I can pick up my piece? And I'll go, yeah, actually, I'm going to be there every day. It's going to be easier, actually, for you. I could put it outside any day for you. I'll just put it outside on the art patio. I could do it any day. I'm going to be there all the time. So just ask me if it's ready, okay? But please do that, and don't forget about it, and come get it. And somebody who can't come during the daytime, Gracie, I could put it out. I've done this for a bunch of people where I've just put it outside alongside the building right by that doorway that goes into the 2D art room and just set it out there. And people have come and gotten it later on in the early evening. No one's going to take it. And people have just grabbed it, just left it out there somewhere. If that's something you have to do or want to do. Okay? Just communicate with me. So, this isn't, I'm like I was saying, I'm giving you guys this permission to I've told you guys to, look at your references for the proportions, but that's all I'm really, really, really emphasizing is use the references big time, study it like religion for the overall gesture and placement of all the anatomy. But for the details, like I was telling Autumn, don't worry about the weird ridges they have in the legs. Like I told Autumn, just round it out or whatever. And it was a feet as well. I'm not doing this. This is not like the feet of this gargoyle. For certain detailing, don't worry about it. You can just kind of wing your own thing if you want. Don't worry. I just really want you to use the reference for the overall proportions. Okay, so I got the first little knuckle thing in here. And this is why we start with gargoyles rather than doing a human figure, because this can look kind of absurd, and we don't have to stress about the realistic aspect of it. All right, so I'm going to take this up a little bit higher, a little bit farther up the foot, I should say. Take a little bit more out in between the toes. And you can kind of do the same thing with the hands too. I love these tools, right? You guys love this tool? The spear tool? Don't you love it? Who loves it? Nobody loves it like I do. Probably need to be checking in. Oh yeah, I definitely need to be checking in with some people. Let me try to finish off the rough cut of this foot here real quick. And I want to do a little bit of check. Should I? Okay, I'm going to do another. How high should I come up? I'm just kind of winging this. The side here, look at that. It's way flat. I'm just going to come in. Make sure I separate that from the little mound it's sitting on. If you find what I'm doing here helpful, remember that this is being recorded. It's too bad that thing of me being frozen kind of gave it a little bit of a glitch there at the beginning, but see right there, just kind of like digging that out. I wonder if that's what helped me be unfrozen, is my girls getting off the internet. They're supposed to be doing schoolwork, and I swear they're still like watching YouTube videos and stuff. I get upset. You guys would never do that, would you? I'm gonna come back in here a little bit, try to come around this, try to come around the heel a little bit. I'm gonna start moving around my project more. I want to stay focused on the foot. All right, but getting underneath the foot a little bit is going to be helpful. I think you guys can see that, right? See how that's coming there underneath. I want to show the separation between the foot and the mound it's sitting on. I'm going to carve underneath the toes there. Maybe this is the set job for the other side. No, it's not. See how that one's joined into the mound? I don't want it to be joined in. I want that to, oh, knock the camera a little bit. All right. And again, separate this foot from the mound right here. Come up the heel. You know, the heel's around here, so I'm coming up a tiny bit right here to show a little bit of a rise in the arch of the foot. All right. So I'm trying to think about whether I want to do another little. Well, I want to round this more, that's for sure, because it's looking too squared off. I want to round this. Probably is going to stop right around here, right? The separation of the toes. I want to round that. Make sure they don't look square. That's the biggest thing. Is when people are doing figures or what have you. Happens maybe a little less with gargoyles, but people make them like boxes. So make sure you just round off your organic forms, which is like a person or this supposed pretend living creature here. Make sure not everything is squared like a box. Maybe I'll try to sculpt left-handed so the camera can see this better. I should, in all this computer age, I should be ambidextrous. Sculpting left-handed. Rounding out those edges. That helps a lot, I think. Past years, I definitely was like, I guess maybe because I was like helping students on their work where they didn't have a lot of this girth already. So maybe their foot was flat. So I would just take a little balls of clay and I'd go bump, bump, claw. And I'd add the little tiny balls of clay, blend them in to show them. I'd do like a couple toes, whatever. differentiate a claw growing out of the bottom one. But this one I had so much girth here already, I didn't need to add the clay. I could just, instead of doing additive, I can just do subtractive by taking clay out like this right here. You know what I'm saying? Anybody want anything they want to say with their mic or putting to the chat? We have like an empty chat bar. Makes me sad inside. Yes, Avery. And I'll get back to you, Leslie. Leslie, we're going into a breakout room real soon. Stay here. What's your question, Avery? Or are you just... Oh, yeah. Thank you for bringing that up. Have I talked a lot about hollowing, or am I kind of spacing that out and forgetting about it? I talked about it, didn't I? Okay, good. I kind of want to show a video on it, too. All right, I got to stop doing this. I think I've done enough with this. What do you think? You guys think this looks all right? Check out my foot. All right, so let's look at the other foot. Here's the other one. All right, just to start. And here's the one I sculpted. Just simple rounding those out, getting the claw. Again, this is video recorded, so go back if you think this is helpful and look at the video. Okay, but there's your claw. There's your foot. You're doing similar things with the hands, just like just start rounding that. First, put the little lines where the fingers are, and then just start rounding them out, and then just get the knuckles in there. All right. This one, the kind of claws are folded up underneath for the hand claws, but you just want to just get the knuckles and round them out. Okay. So, all right.